That light is just kind of like shining, but it's all good. I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. And guess what I'm doing, guys? Today, I'm gonna be repairing my nephew's bike. And by repairing, I mean I'm putting his trailing wheels back on because he wants them back on. Because he was having trouble to bike without them. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. So here's the bike. I found him. The only issue is I'm missing the little bolts that they use to put the training wheels back on. I gotta go find them. Yeah, I really can't seem to find the bolts. Let's just take a break. I'm feeling all right. I'm trying to fix my nephew's bike, and I can't find the bolts that hold on the training wheels right now. I just can't remember what I did with them. And then, unfortunately, I think the light in the garage is burnt out too, so I can't see anything. Let me go look one more time, guys. Come with me into the garage. It's so dark in here, though. It's literally so dark in here, guys. I gotta change the light bulb of the in the garage thing first too. Okay, maybe maybe I put them somewhere. Oh, I found them. They were up here, guys. I found them. What's up, Dan? I'm fixing my nephew's bike today. I'm putting the training wheels back on. So I'll explain what happened is first, I know it sounds weird, like why would he be putting them back on? Because I took his bike and I actually removed the pedals and the training wheels before. Because you know how you could, when you're like a little kid, you could make your bike like a strider bike. That's what they call them, striders, where you don't even have the pedals. Like I took the actual pedals right off the bike, and then he just holds the thing, and you're supposed to run with your legs or whatever, right? I did that to his bike before, but he's now at a point where he wants to ride the bike again with pedals on it, but he's not ready to have no training wheels again. So I'm putting the training wheels back on for him. Because I took him off temporarily for when he was going to use it as a strider bike here. So that's why I'm putting them back on now. What do you guys think? Why don't you just teach him how to ride a bike normally? Is he little? Yeah, he's too little right now. He still needs the training wheels. I tried to do I don't know if you've ever seen a strider bike, but it's basically like it's like a bike with no pedals. We tried to get him to like learn on that, like that style, so that he can get his balance, but he needs the training wheels again now. So that's what I'm doing today. Yes, those are cool. So are BMS bikes. Yeah, exactly. And there's like pump tracks here too in the town, which are like little bike parks places that you can go to. And we took him to that before too with the Strider, but he just needs more practice riding with pedals now. So I put the pedals back on, but now he's struggling to catch his balance with the pedals on. So I'm gonna put the training wheels back on for a bit so that he can learn to balance again. If that makes any sense. All right, let's see how it goes now. There. Okay. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so he's got a fully functional training wheel bike now, where he can practice his bike riding. I got a really cool mountain bike right now that I ride pretty often consistently, considering I live in a small town right now. That's awesome. I haven't had a good bike in forever. Like, I don't remember the last time I had a good bike. Right now, I'm trying to set up my walking path. I can't get it to turn on. What the heck? Is there like an on-off switch or something? Is there a fuse blown? No? Okay, so there's not a fuse blown because the outlet works. So... Is there a button for it? Shawl? What does shawl mean? Well, I guess I can't figure that out. I guess it's just not gonna work for me. No, I'm trying to figure out how to turn on my walking pad, and it's just not turning on, guys. I don't know what happened to it. It just won't turn on. My day's been all right. I'm just kind of like, what the heck's going on with my walking pad? It's not really mine. It's my wife's, but you know, I use it quite a bit, and it's just not turning on right now. You look like you're 25. Oh, thanks, bro. I'm 34, so that's a decent compliment or whatever. I appreciate that. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, guys. I've plugged it in. I don't see like an on-off switch. Am I just blind? Am I just missing the on-off switch? Do I like Star Wars? Star Wars is okay. I'm not like a huge fan. Like, you know how some people are like massive Star Wars fans? I'm not like a huge fan of Star Wars, but I'm not against it either. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's pretty good. Especially even honestly, the prequels. I'm British. British. So you're from England. Um, yeah, I know some people don't like the prequels. I kind of like the prequels. Like, I like I like the Phantom Menace or whatever. That was a good movie. Even though I know a lot of people hated it when it came out. They were like, this one sucks or whatever. And then they made 2 more prequels, right? I like Revenge of the Sith. That was a good one too, right? And then eventually, in like the last like decade or so, they made new ones, sequels. And then everybody hates the sequels. They're like, these movies suck. You know what I mean? Like, just seems like anything new that comes out, everybody shits on it right away. You know what I mean? New movies. And then yet so many new movies, all they do is reboots and uh you know, prequels and sequels and intellectual properties that have already existed. They try to redo them. You know what I mean? Like, since I've been alive, I've already seen. I want to count 1, 2, 3. At least 4 or 5 different people have played Batman before. Am I American? No, I'm Canadian. Daddy will return in Avengers Doomsday. Oh, Diddy will return. Sorry, I misread that. We are all Charlie Kirk. Yes, we are. We are Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I'm just kind of bummed out about my walking pad here, guys. Do you like the Canadian show South Park? I think South Park's not Canadian, bro. That's an American show. They're based in Colorado. Like, that's where the series takes place. And the creators of the show are American, I'm pretty sure. I don't know 100% sure, but I would have to guess they're from like California or something. The 2 guys who made up the South Park show. But I mean, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of South Park either. Hey, Billon or whatever your name is. Um, kind of like Star Wars, Like, I'm not a huge, massive, like super into it fan, but also like I like it. Like, it's not like I don't like it either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not all in on it. Okay, shut up about the Raiders and let's discuss how the Bills are going to whoop the Jaguars. That's NFL, eh? It's NFL playoff time, guys. This is where football gets really exciting for Americans. I'm a Dolphins fan, by the way. Bill me, sir. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of any of the football teams, to be honest. I don't really care. No, American football, not regular football or whatever. Shout out Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Yeah, huge shout out to Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. Mike Oblong. You ever watch Udi Loyalty Test? No, what's that? Yeah, huge shout out to your friend Mike Oblong. What is Udi Loyalty Tests? Mike Oblong. Yes, thanks, Handy made BC saltwater yarns or whatever. Huge shout out to Mike Oblong. What do you do for a living? I run a property maintenance business. I do like property maintenance on people's windows and siding and their grass, stuff like that. But yeah, what's this Udi loyalty test? What is this? Oh, is that like one of those channels where the guy goes and he gets like couples to swap phones in front of each other, and they like unlock and then they look through all their stuff or whatever on camera? Don't fall for it. Fall for what? I was just reading handmade Beck salty water yarns thing. He needed a shout out to his friend. Udi loyalty tests are pretty funny videos on YouTube where if someone wants to test the loyalty of their significant others, they set them up with a decoy. Oh yeah, yeah. So it's not just the phone swap thing. I think I've seen clips of that before. I don't watch it like a lot, but I've seen the clips where yeah, they'll like put a hidden camera, right? And then they'll have a guy like go to the gas station or whatever and be approached by an attractive member of the opposite sex or whatever. And then they'll see how they react. Like they'll be like, "Hey, you know, whatever." You know, they'll like go and say something to them and see what he says, right? And they catch him on camera. I think I've seen that before. The setups become super elaborate. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched a full on like the full episodes or whatever, like the full show. I've just seen the clips a few times here and there where they it's like the reveal, you know? Like how much does 1 gallon of horse semen cost in your country? That's a really good question. I would have to say quality definitely matters. Like if you want like a good, you know, like professional draft workhorse, you got to pay top dollar. Top dollar. Now, if you're just looking for some, you know, backwater country bumpkin donkey jizz, yeah, it's not gonna you're not gonna be able to afford that either. That's the insane question. Hockey doesn't like the right person. That's insane question. Hockey doesn't look like the right person to ask for that. Yeah, exactly. Of course. I like I said, guys. I appreciate when the trolls come because I think it's funny, guys. I honestly do. It's it's my type of humor when it's absurd because the absurdity doesn't hurt anybody. That's what I like about that type of humor. You know what I mean? Like it's not offensive to any one person or whatever. And that type of humor is actually pretty funny. You know what I mean? Same with the thing, like the guy who said Mike Oblong or whatever. I know he was trying to do, but I just kept leaning into the fact he made a typo. He was trying to make me say something else, right? I obviously know that, but I like to just play so dumb that they don't even realize. And I just kept saying Mike Oblong over and over because he misspelled Oxlong the first time he tried to write it. Prize racehorse semen cost up to $5 million with a successful pregnancy and birth. Yeah, see now Steve knows the truth right here. You know what I mean? Like he's coming in with the authority. You ask the question, and then Steve Bano comes in with a fact. You know, he knows the facts. It's $5 million for a successful pregnancy. I got to say, I'm sorry I was so harsh on your wife. Is she okay? I don't remember what happened when you said you blocked her or whatever. You stopped viewing her channel or whatever. I don't think she worries about it. So she's definitely okay. She definitely is not worried about it. It's tricky. Horse jizz expert in the chat. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that was your title. Like imagine you put that on your business card and you walked around handing these cards out. And the card said, Mike, last name Oxlong, horse semen expert. Who's that guy, LOL? No, you were talking smack on how loud she was. Oh, that was like a while ago, guys. Like literally nobody worries about that. It honestly it happens every single time that too many people are going live at the same time. What's going on, Varusu? Or I mean, what's your name? Oh, Virus. Virus Game. Hi, Hassan. No, yeah, every single time too many people go live at the same time, um, in this household, the person who's going live thinks that they're not being loud, but they're being very loud. You know what I mean? Like, and I can admit it. I know I'm guilty of it too. So is my sister-in-law. So is my wife. If they're going live, we're like yelling at the screen because we're keeping the energy up and we're trying to read these chats and like, you know, be engaging, right? But then if there's another person close by, they're like, "You're being so loud," and then you think to your own self, you're like, "No, I'm not being loud. I'm just talking." You know what I mean? But we're all being loud. Same thing while gaming. Yeah, exactly. Like we don't have any game systems in our house, but I've been there before, you know, gaming with somebody, and the people who are actually gaming, like they're on the controllers and they're playing the game, they're like shouting, you know, like they're so excited playing the game, right? They're like, "Whoa," you know, like they're playing, you know, Call of Duty or NHL or you know, some other video game, right? And you get so hardcore into the game, and the other people in the house might not even realize that they're being loud. Gaming jerks are the worst. Hella loud. Especially if they are on your own team. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like because especially with cooperative games where you're trying to like do a task together and you're yelling at your teammates to like get the stuff done, you know what I mean? Especially if it's Last Alive. What's Last Alive? I don't even know what that is. Is that a war game? I used to play deck hockey. Do you ever feel that you need to defend your own family, even if they are in the wrong? Um, yes. Like a 1v1 scenario. Oh, yeah, yeah, of course. But yeah, to answer that question, Dan, I think so, yeah. I think it becomes a can a bad trip teach you more than a bad day in real life? I don't know about that. I'm not well versed in learning lessons from bad trips. Um, but yeah, to answer Dan's question a little bit more deeply, I think that if somebody is a loyal person, they typically would have to deal with that type of scenario at some point in their life because your family is who you are loyal to the most, or you should be at least, right? And somebody in your family fucks up or messes up, pardon my language, at some point, you know what I mean? Um, you know, whether that's your brother, your sister, your mom, your whatever, uncle, or your wife, or your spouse, or your husband, or your children, or something like that, right? Somebody in your immediate family is going to mess up one day, and you you objectively, you know, if you could remove yourself from the situation and you could look at the whole situation objectively, you actually probably would feel as though your family member might be in the wrong. But if you're loyal to them enough and it's not something too egregious, you would stand by them regardless of who is right and wrong. You know what I mean? Just drinking beers in Australia, brother. Have a great day. All right, good day, mate. It's it's night, bro. You cool, Aussie? Okay, cool. Well, can a goal count even if the puck shatters into pieces when struck? I don't know. That I think that only happened like once or twice ever. Loyalty can get you hurt. Of course, yeah. And like I said, as I said with the caveat that it's not too egregious. You know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say one of your family members did something that was a little out of pocket, that was a little out of line. And like I said, if you could remove yourself, if you could stand 100 feet back of the situation, you looked at it closely, you can tell that they were probably in the wrong. But at the end of the day, defending and standing up for them, having their back is not actually going to implicate you in any sort of bad way. and morally, even though it might have been a mistake, there was nothing like too egregiously wrong with their morals, then um, a loyal person would stand by their family, right? But if it's something ridiculous, like if your family member did something absolutely unconscionable, you probably would not want to defend them anymore. You'd have to give up on their defense. You know what I mean? Like there's a line to be crossed, and I think it's up to you to decide where that line is. But I think for most people, there's a pretty obvious difference between defending somebody who's technically in the wrong or defending somebody who has done something like unconscionable. It's a thin red line. Hell yeah. Hi, Hockey. How are you? I'm doing good, Unc James. Yeah, bro. We're not claiming no weirdos. I don't know if they are blood. Yeah, exactly. Like let's say you had a brother, right? Your family member. Let's say you had a brother and he did something insane, like something like horrendous, and you knew they were in the wrong. You're not just going to defend them because they're your brother. You know what I mean? Like if they did something unconscionable, something ridiculous, you'd have to just be like, yeah, he's my brother, but I condemn his actions, right? But on the flip side, let's say you had a brother that did something wrong, but like at the end of the day, like you knew that you turning your back on him would hurt him just as much as the thing that they did wrong in the first place. Then maybe loyalty to your bro would be more understandable.
Hey, sorry,
Hey.
I just need my keys.
Oh yeah. Hey, do you know what happened to the walking pad?
The walking pad? No, what happened to it?
It like doesn't turn on.
Really?
Yeah, see? I don't know how to turn it on.
I've never even walked on this before, to be honest with you.
Okay. It's all good.
Suspicious. Maybe it's the outlet.
Look, I put the training wheels back on his bike.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's not the outlet. I've
Are you
tested.
sure?
Yeah.
You tested it?
I've tested the outlet, yeah. There's something wrong with it.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Zara left it on or something.
I don't know. It's...
Can you leave it on accidentally, or is that not a thing?
No, it usually turns off when you're done with it.
What the hell?
But-
So suspicious. New batteries? The controller, maybe?
The controller's working. See, look, the light's even turning on.
No, suspicious.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like there's a way to fix it. I'm sure. Did you ask ChatGPT?
No, because I'm on a chat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on a live, so I can't use my phone.
You need to ask Chat.
Yeah.
Zara broke it yesterday? Chat is saying Zara broke it yesterday.
Oh, maybe she broke it.
Did she? You know this? How do you know this? Zara broke it yesterday.
Yeah, 1 sec. I have to read my chat.
Online, she did it.
Oh, maybe she did then. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, true. I have a sister that I haven't spoken to in 3 years over the COVID pandemic. I'm praying to see her again sometime. Tell the hater said hello. I didn't lose the batteries, no. Did you ask ChatGPT? Yeah, exactly. Every time there's a problem, Gigi just asks ChatGPT. No matter what the problem. It could be anything. Think of any problem in the world, and she'll immediately ask ChatGPT. This might be a lot to share, but my own dad was a Como. Oh, a Chomo. And some of my siblings still defended him. It fills me with rage, fam. Zara's sister sounds like sister. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the type of stuff. I didn't want to say that, Dan. I didn't want to have to say it on live. But that's the type of stuff that I was talking about. Like, when I said stuff that's unconscionable, stuff that's, like, completely heinous, like, acts that are... There's some certain acts that are undefendable. You know what I mean? I didn't want to have to mention what they are, but, like, that would be an example of one of them. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't care who it was in my family. I would not defend them at any longer. You know what I mean? Be nice and swift and kind to her. Be delicate. Let her down nicely. Don't be abrupt. You were a G. Or a skmool scooter. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like somebody who commits, acts of violence that are unwarranted. Like, that's ridiculous, you know? My family is effed up and shitty. Yeah. If there is hair on your face, ask ChatGPT. Yeah, exactly. No matter what the problem is, you just ask ChatGPT. But yeah, like let's say it was something minor. Like I'll just say a scenario that's somewhat minor. Let's say there was a let's say there was a dispute between your family member and a stranger in a parking lot. Like for example, your spouse was driving, right? And they cut somebody off in the parking lot and they stole their parking spot. And then they got out of the car and there was a confrontation and one guy was yelling at another guy, right? Even though the family member, the spouse, might have actually seen the situation for what it is and saw, hey, my spouse cut that guy off or whatever, and technically, you know, they were probably in the wrong. Most loyal people would back up their family member and they would go, no, you were like, they would like take their side, even though they knew they were in the wrong, because at the end of the day, like nobody got hurt. You know, at least physically, like maybe some feelings got hurt or whatever, right? And life will move on. Things will be fine. That's the type of thing where a person might still defend a guilty family member that committed, you know, some crazy parking offense like that. Like that's like a minor example of something that I'm talking about, where I think I would defend a family member no matter what, you know, I'd take their side, you know, as long as it was not crazy, right? But let's say one of your family members went crazy and like hurt a bunch of people. Like you're not gonna side with them. You know what I mean? Dan, my family fights each other, but the next day they're good. I fought my little brother and he kicked my ass. Where I live, that can sadly end in a shootout. It is what it is. Yeah, totally. I go help them. How is my favorite trans streamer? I don't know. I haven't seen your favorite trans streamer. I wouldn't know. My bro needs backup. What car are we talking? Yeah, exactly. Over a parking spot. Yeah, like I tried to think of something really like minor, you know, like something really innocuous, where you might actually look in your mind and be like, hey, I know that my bro was the one who stole the parking spot, you know, but I'm gonna defend them because that's my bro. You know what I mean? But if it was something like, yeah, like they could become, you know, like in the eyes of everyone else, they would be like condemned, you know. I feel like you can only take loyalty so far, you know what I mean? It's not gonna keep going, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to continue fuck that parking spot. Yeah, exactly. You would keep it loyal, you know what I mean? If you knew, even if you knew that your family was in the wrong on that one, you know? Tell that to the centurion who fell for the Roman Empire. Tell that to samurai. I love a good parking spot though. Yeah, I know, man, guys. I mean, who's been here? Who's here been to Costco before? You go to a Costco on a Friday afternoon? Good luck. Good luck. You're gonna have to park, you know, halfway across the damn parking lot. You got to fight for those spots. You know what I mean? And sometimes you might be in the wrong. You might see a guy that's been sitting there patiently with his signal light on, right? Ready to turn into the spot. He's sitting here, you're coming in here. You zoom right in, you steal a spot, right? Who goes to Costco on a Friday? Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, exactly, guys. But sometimes you got to do it, right? And when you hop out of the car, if there's a guy yelling at you, you better believe that your family backs you up and says, get out of here. I'm just joking, guys. That doesn't even happen here. I live in Canada. Everyone's too nice. Literally nobody does that. That's why on CCW, they ask about road rage. What's CCW? You got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I was just joking about that, guys. That doesn't happen in Canada. People are too nice. I've never done it, and I've never seen it even happen. Oh, concealed carry. Concealed carry, like a concealed carry form or whatever. Road rage costs a lot, yeah. No, yeah. I understand road rage, guys. I understand it. The reason why it happens is because your emotions get extremely heightened while you're behind the wheel of a vehicle, because it's not natural to be able to travel at such high velocities. You know, it's not natural to our biological human bodies, you know what I mean? Like cars, the invention of vehicles, the idea of cars have only been around for like what, maybe 100 something years, 120 years or whatever. So the physiological response to being completely in control of a 2,000-pound chunk of metal that can go 100 kilometers per hour at the push of a button is very powerful. So when you get into a situation where you feel as though another person put you or your family in danger, and with the added stress of a lot of the times being in a rush, like in a hurry to get somewhere, where you know that you have this machine that can actually get you places really, really fast, as long as everything else around you cooperates, it heightens you to a state of extreme fight or flight reflexes. So when an incident happens where two people come together on the road and they're both at that heightened state, I understand where the road rage can come from. You know, you instantly become more aggressive and judgmental towards other people, because not because you just naturally are, but because you're in that heightened state where you're in control of this huge machine that you never would have dreamt about being able to control in a past life, you know? Man, control your anger. We don't need to hear about your life choice. I'm not talking about me, bro. I won't prank call people like Social Security. On a track in my car, we can have this convo. Especially if you have not much to lose. Yeah, no, I don't personally do it. I don't have road rage myself. But I'm saying I understand where it comes from. I totally get why it happens. It makes sense to me as to why those incidents happen more often than anywhere else. Like, you don't see people just getting to huge confrontations like at the mall or whatever, you know what I mean? Because when you're in the mall, you're walking around, you know, like you're going slow. If you're in a hurry, you just walk faster around other people, right? But if you're behind the wheel of a vehicle and the guy in front of you is driving slow and you feel like he's impeding your progress, it angers you more than it would, you know? Yeah, so you need to be weary of it, and us men understand that there is looseness in society. I used to have road rage. I got a brother-in-law that always speeds. He has like 5 tickets just in the last year, and to this day, he will stomp on the gas pedal no matter where he is. Oh yeah, exactly. I know people like that too, you know, where they always speed. And the one that gets me a lot is people who, you know, when you're driving along, right? And then your guy behind you gets really like close, like he starts tailgating, and then he zooms around you to like get in front of you because they feel like you're driving too slow, but you're really just driving the speed limit. And then you end up at the same red light. That's what gets me. I don't get that, you know? Like, that's crazy. I hate cops too much to do anything that gets me on their radar. It happened to me $3,000 later, specifically after talking to the guy in court that was actually chill. Yeah, exactly. Like, after things cool down, cooler heads always prevail, right? You know what I mean? Like, incidents happen all the time where the two people probably could settle things out if they just sat down and talked, but they're too upset at the moment, you know? And this even happens in relationships too, which is it's just a fact of it too. Like, you know, like incidents between husband and wife, brother and sister, or sister and or whatever, you know, like siblings, mom and dad, you know, like things like that, like where people say things that they didn't actually mean out of anger, you know? When they're in the moment, they're heated up and they're flustered, they're flooded, their emotions are so high, they say and do things that they know was wrong, but they just did it anyways because they acted in out of emotion, right? But then if they took some time to like sit down, cool off a bit, and then come back together, they could be chill, you know what I mean? I used to tailgate. It's an ADHD thing and it's not always aggressive. Driving is stressful for many people, so some act crazy. Yeah, exactly. It's just a stressful situation, like whether you like to admit it or not. Hockey, do you know how to drive manual transmission? I learned how to drive on a manual transmission. Like the first car I ever drove was manual. Dude, everyone has a gun now, so it's effed either way. It's mostly bad luck. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that. You know, some people stomp on the gas pedal when they stop, when the stop sign is like 50 feet away. As someone who pays the bills, I do not treat my brake pads that way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, harsh braking and harsh accelerating are some of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to driving. There's more people than guns here. I'm just thankful my work is only a mile away. Oh yeah, that's lucky. I think at the end of the day, people just need to relax. You know what I mean? Like people need to chill out. Annabelle, hey. And they intentionally stop people with no mathematics? What do you mean by that? With no mathematics? Once again, breaking last minute ADHD thing. Yeah, exactly. Whether it's an ADHD thing or an aggressive thing or not, it doesn't matter. It can freak other people out. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to say that it's an ADHD thing to tailgate and to hit the brakes fast and to feel like the unnecessary urge to get around everybody or whatever, that's fine. But it could cause undue stress upon the other drivers. Am I Canadian? Hell yeah. Timed streetlights stop people, which causes engines to consume more fuel for profit. That is an interesting theory. I haven't heard that one before. Can you use Quankers Hacky? I don't know what that is. What's Quankers? At least that's what I've seen. I'm an original thinker. I mean, it sounds like a good. I mean, I would run with that one. Like that sounds like a good conspiracy. You know, the government and big oil are in on it together. So they design the lights to slow everybody down a little bit so you consume more fuel. Because it is true, city driving takes up like twice as much fuel as highway driving. Because the constant stop and goes. I'm just switching to this seat, guys. You look Persian? I'm not Persian at all. I'm Canadian. Nothing like smile and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. You're right. Can time down the situation quick. It's paid by blood. It should be respected. Yeah, and that's why we went to Venezuela for oil. Oh, of course. That's obviously why. It's not even like a secret. That's the crazy part about this time. Like this situation, this new war or whatever. The lighting looks so much better over here now that I move. The government's not even hiding it anymore. They're just like, yeah, we want that oil. You know what I mean? Hockey, what time is it? It's 6:30 right now. And what's the world? It's what the world needs. I'm fucking balding. Damn, that sucks. We need transparency. Yeah, I'm all for transparency, guys. But also, I don't think like I said this before yesterday. I don't think it was the right move to go to Venezuela and steal the president or whatever. You know what I mean? Here at 2:35. What country are you in, Philip? Is it 2:35 in the afternoon or 2:35 in the morning? Even though Trump said he anti-war, I voted for him 3 times. I agree. Yeah, probably wasn't the best idea. But the Venezuelan people are happy about it. I don't know about that. It's 2:36 in Britain. Okay. But at the same time, we need a solution. I'm from Arkington, Lancashire, United Kingdom, called England. They are 2:35 in the morning. What's up, my dude? This is Chloe Fanning. I'm from London, UK. Why do I have so many UK and London and England people on here all the time? Venezuela is happier without him. Hashtag facts. I don't know about that. I mean, you guys could be right. Like I said, I truly don't know. But all I'm saying is it's none of our business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like our prime minister right now here in Canada, but I would never condone a foreign government stepping in and forcefully removing him. Now I finally put it together. You're the husband of that singer streamer. Oh, yeah. You were probably talking about my wife, Zara. I'm 21 years old, and it's my birthday in 3 weeks. I am turning 22. Nice. Good luck, Philip. Good luck being 22. As a free man, it is. Free the world. Something fell off the wall. What do you mean? Was there something on the wall? What? Well, you won't do it. What's wrong with somebody else doing it? What, going to the prime minister and removing him? Because it's not, this is my own country. I wouldn't want another foreign government coming in and taking away the leader. Oh, you love her? Nice. That's awesome. Okay, fine. Then I'm going to come to USA and I'm going to kidnap Donald Trump. I'm going to get rid of him. This is satire, by the way. Don't fucking come at me, FBI, or whatever. Mark is doing a great job. I would want TDF to remove Netanyahu. Good luck. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to be honest. You're going to see a lot of angry Americans. No, I bet you I'd be able to get a lot of Americans that would say, I'm happier without him. Like, maybe not you personally, right? But I bet you I'd be able to go on there and say, no. The Americans are more happy without him. One time somebody tried to road rage my mom. The guy stopped in his tracks and looked at the Marine symbol on my mom's car and turned right back around. I went back to his car. He had a terrified look. You can rule by love or fear. Not true. Better not bring that clown to Canada. Then our vice president would be Mr. Eyelash. I don't know who that is. I'm just saying, guys, if you think that's okay, then the precedent has been set that another country could step right into America and they could kidnap Donald Trump. And maybe not you, Tricky, but you'd be able to get a lot of interviews with a lot of smiling, happy people that would say, I'm so happy that he's been removed. JD Vance? That's the vice president? I never heard of him being called Mr. Eyelash. I didn't know. You know what I mean? So even though you're saying, oh, the Venezuelans are more happy that he's gone or whatever, Maduro has been captured, that's probably because half the country hates him, or at least, which is the same with most countries. Most countries have like half their own people hate their leader. You know what I mean? Usually. Yeah, he wears eyeliner. Why does he wear eyeliner? This was decided in the Alaska meeting this summer. Putin knew. But I mean, you're not foreign. What's wrong with you taking your own country back from tyrants? The foreign government wouldn't have to. I would apologize quickly. FBI watches YouTube. I know. I already said this is satire, guys. I said that this is satire. I'm not actually going to do this. I'm just joking around. Please don't clip that. FBI follows me like vultures. Watch the line. Why would the FBI be worried about you? You're pro Donald Trump, right? He's in power right now. Doesn't he run that show or no? The fact my grandma worked for the FBI. Crazy. This is all off the record. Yeah, exactly. Guys, everything I say right now is between me and you. Me and you. Don't tell anybody. I'm a communist magnet? I think the only country that loves their president is El Salvador. See, I don't know anything about El Salvador. I couldn't tell you the first thing. I mean, I could tell you it's in El Salvador is in South America. They speak Spanish there, I believe, but I couldn't tell you the name of their president. I couldn't tell you, their electoral process or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about El Salvador at all. The crime rate went from 90 to 0. Oh shit! You know what? I think I did hear about the El Salvador president. Is that the guy that started just like incarcerating people like off the chain? You know what I mean? Like he'd arrest a cartel member and just throw him in jail for life or whatever. Is that the guy? What do you think the Habs need this year? They are contenders. I'd say the Habs need a veteran center like Nazem Kadri. I love Argentina president. He looks like Trump. I am the internet warrior for freedom. Free Mexico. Yes, Nayib Bukele. Yep, that's him. Yeah, I actually did hear about him. I just literally forgot about that whole thing. Habs need an O. I think they also need don't they need like a actual starting goalie? Like they have 3 goalies, but none of them are like very good or whatever. Coleman for 2nd round pick. What do you mean free Canada, guys? We're free. We're free. We're not, there's no dictator here. Funny part is he's not even Salvadorian. He's Palestinian? I had no idea about that. Not free enough. Habs reconstruction looks like Montreal roads. Always broken. Ha! I don't know, man. The Habs look pretty good this year, guys. I think they could go deep in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they make the finals. Now that I'm thinking about it, I almost feel like it's going to be a Habs and maybe Vegas. I feel like Vegas. I think Vegas is a sneaker. You know what I mean? Like they're biding their time right now, and then they're going to be a sneaky West Coast or West Conference pick. You know what I mean? Who are Habs? Explain, please. Oh, the Habs is what we call the Montreal Canadiens. And the reason why is because Habs is short for habitants. And habitants is French. That's a French word that means people. Like it means habitants or whatever. It means like the people. You know what I mean? So the nickname for the Canadians is the Habs. Don't come to school tomorrow, hockey. Ha ha ha. Funny one, Dan. Yeah, so you know how like, okay, in America, they have a team called the Jaguars, right? The football team, right? What do you call them for short? The Jags. You know what I mean? Or for example, the Cardinals. What do you call the Cardinals for short? The Cards. What else? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they're always there's always a short name, like a short, like a abbreviation for all the teams. Like Senators, you know, the Ottawa Senators, we call them the Sens. The Maple Leafs, we just call the Leaves. Yeah, the Nuggets, we call the Nugs. The Cavs, yeah, exactly. Like the Cleveland Cavaliers, nobody ever calls them the Cavaliers. People just call them the Cavs, right? Or the Oakland City, what's it called? The OKC or whatever. People, like, they always give them a short name, right? For the Canadians, Montreal Canadiens are called the Habs. And yes, it means the inhabitants because it's French, it's habitant. And I do speak French. Not very good, but I can. Sometimes we call them the Lakers the LeBron Jameses. OKC is Oklahoma City Thunder. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Like they give a nickname. The Mavericks, the Mavs. The Patriots, the Pats. It doesn't matter. Call them what you want. I'm going to call them second place at best. USA. Well, I think the USA has a good chance at the Stanley Cup because they have 25 teams in the league. The Flames, the losers. Yeah. Right now, the Colorado Avalanche is the team to beat. They're having a historical season, guys. Like basically, they're winning games. They've won. Let me put it this way. They've only lost, I think, 4 games all season in regulation. They've collected points in like every single game that they've played except for all 4. And then on top of that, if you look at their goal differential, it is historical. They're like plus 69 or something like that at this point. It's like the Ottawa Senators, the OS. No, we call them the Senators. We call the Sens. Boston Bruins. The Bruins don't really have one. The Bruins is already short enough. What about the? Let me think of some other ones. The Capitals, we call the Caps. Oh yeah, the Bees. Yeah, people call them the Boston Bees. That's right, because their logo, their crest is like a big bee, a bee in a wheel, like it's like in a circle, and then there's a bee in the middle, and there's spokes coming out of it. It's called the spoked bee. And the Montreal Canadiens, by the way, if you look at their logo, it looks like a C with an H in the middle of it. The H stands for habitat. Eagles, we call them the Birds. Yeah, exactly. The Birds, that's kind of one of the different ones. You know, most of the time it's just a shortened version of the long name. Like we were talking about Cleveland Cavaliers. We just call them the Cavs. It's just Cavaliers shortened to Cavs, or the Patriots Pats shortened to Pats. But calling the Eagles the Birds is kind of that one's kind of like that one's a little bit of a more creative one. Same with Florida. The Florida Panthers, instead of calling them the Panthers, a lot of people call them the Cats. Depends. CH for child, where the vets retired. The Jets, we call them middle school football team. Oh, the New York Jets. Ever seen a Wolverine in real life? No, I haven't. I wish I had. I've only ever seen them on TV. Ken Dryden had a cool mask. What was Ken Dryden's mask again? Was that the guy? It was like a cougar or something like that on it. I have. They are cool as hell. Have you guys ever seen that show? It's like I forget what it's called. It's called like Alive or something like that, or Alone or something. It's called Alive or Alone. I forget what it's called, but it's like a bunch of people have to go out into the wilderness and survive on their own. They have to like make fires and build tents and shelters and stuff like that out of a bunch of sticks or whatever. And the guy who wins at the end, spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you, he has to fight a Wolverine. Oh, the Canadiens logo on his mask. Okay, I remember that one. Hope your evening is better than the Flames power play. Well, I mean, obviously, I'd have to be like at an absolute like low point of my life if it was worse than the Flames power play. The Flames power play is not very good at all. My high school had a taxidermied Wolverine in its display case. That was our mascot. Oh, that's awesome. Is there a Wolverines team? I'm trying to think. That would be a good name for a team. That was Patrick Waugh, not Dryden. Hyde extremist. Hyde. Michigan Wolverines. Yeah, okay, yeah. Michigan Wolverines. Bring back Lanny McDaniel. What is this about? Hail to the victors. Is that Victor? Is that was that meant to be capitalized, or do you mean like the victorious ones? Or did you mean like is there a guy named Victor? Or like multiple guys named Victor that you're trying to hail to? Wisconsin Badgers. That's Wolverine's fight song. Oh, I didn't know. Who's Victor? Victorious. Victors. No, I know. I was just busting your, you know what's. What you see here was Michigan Lake. Victor is the Wolverine. Remember when we sent Colorado a Stanley Cup? Oh, that's what you're talking about because they traded Patrick Waugh, right? He's still confused, fam. I can get pretty confused pretty easily, guys. It's actually so funny because my wife she shows me like her funny reels all the time, right? And so many times I have to like look at it for so long to understand what's supposed to be funny about it. You know what I mean? Guess what? I'm from Colorado. Well, good luck with that, Uncle James, because your Avalanche are dominating this year. Against a goalie that needed eye contact lenses. Me too, fam. Me too. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if anyone else gets this. I think me and Dan and Unc James, we just have reached full Unc status. You know what I mean? And they show us like a funny reel, and I'm like staring at it, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, what is? And there's music going, and I try to put it all together. You know what I mean? You have to think about what's going on. Zara and you are live streaming at the same time. LOL. Yeah, I'm just downstairs. I'm in the basement room. Island doesn't belong here unless they rebook their Quran and their term infidel out of their scriptures. Yeah, I know. Oh, Islam. You meant island? Or you meant Islam? No, I don't know about that. True, good point. I'm the same way, Hunky. Yeah, you hit true unk status with your name handle. My channel's mostly about hockey. Yes, AM1. But it's not all hockey. It started off that way. That's why I started my channel, because I'll explain to you guys. I'll give you guys a little history lesson of what happened. So, my wife decided to make her own channel, right? And originally, her channel was going to be it was going to be like a running channel. Like she was starting like a marathon, so she was doing a lot of run training and stuff like that. And very quickly after she started the running part of it, she just started like doing anything and everything to promote, by which I mean like she would do trends and dances and funny thing like skits or whatever, like all the time. And I was involved in a lot of it. Like I would be in a bunch of her early TikToks and YouTube shorts and whatever, right? And then eventually she was like, "Oh, you should make your own channel." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't really want to do like, the cringy funny stuff or whatever. Like the trends. Like the trend stuff, like you go on TikTok and there's always a new trend, like it's like the whatever dance or you know, the filters and all that type of thing." I was like, "I don't really want to do that." And she's like, "Oh, you could make your channel about anything you want." She's like, "You watch hockey so much. Like you spend half your life just watching hockey and talking about hockey and thinking about hockey and reading all the stats and like reading the articles and stuff like that. Like I just talk about about hockey so much, right?" She's like, "You could make your channel a hockey channel where you talk about hockey." So she said for me to do that, like just make it about a hockey thing, so that because I'm so passionate about it, I can turn my passion into like a creative outlet, rather than just keeping it like, what's the point of knowing all this hockey stuff? Like I could talk about hockey for hours, right? What's the point of being able to do that if I'm not actually like having a creative way to like deal with it, especially if we're going to be on social media anyways, right? Because like I said, I was in a bunch of her skits and whatever at the beginning, right? Then anyways, as time progressed, right, eventually I just started making whatever I feel like, so now I make some videos about like hiking and outdoors and stuff like that, and then you know all kinds of different stuff. I missed a bunch of comments, guys. I'm gonna go back and read them all right now. That happens to me also with the shorts. This is Guess What's comment from up there. "Tell me sometimes you didn't get it, but it's not funny." Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like sometimes you see somebody's short and they're like, "Look at this, so funny," and then you look at it and it's not funny, and then you have to be like, haha. You have to like fake it. Dang, I've never seen a hockey game in my life. I don't even have a hockey here in Atlanta. What does that say? Atlanta? My wife. Oh yeah, when I did the Borat joke. Message Foundation. I don't know if I'm going to search that. Happiness is a prominent faith-based situation. If she shared her YouTube family with her fam, it's an algo killer. Actually, worst mistake to do with a channel. No, she didn't share it. God's rainbow, beautiful colors belong to him. Can't force you, man. But then the fetus guy changed everything. Yeah, I've done trends sometimes, but then I make my own creative ideas with AI dancing and styles. Yeah. No, don't hockey. It's brain rot. I thought Islamic people had balls. Real homies kiss with tongue, though, fam. It's so disappointing. Tricky. Calm down, fool. Yeah, so, yeah, I just make whatever I want to now, guys. I don't know, and I don't do the brain rot stuff, guys. I'm not really into just doing the trends. But I'm not against it completely. Like, I did the big guy dance with Zara like 5 times, but that's because I actually thought that one was hilarious. For some reason, that one I thought was funny, and it was fun and funny, so I didn't care. I wanted to do that one. That's just one example, right? But there's all kinds of other stupid stuff that happens all the time where I'm just like, I don't know about that. And not that I shouldn't even say stupid. I just mean like I'm just not into it. Stupid sounds too harsh, right? Like if you're into it, whatever, it's all good. What's up, you little weasel? What's up? Zara was throwing shade at me earlier. What was she saying? What was the shade? I don't believe it. I never follow trends. Trends are effed dangerous, and it's how powerful social media can be. Woohoo! My favorite gay streamer is live. Nice. Who's your favorite gay streamer? Give him a shout out on my page. That you weren't pretty. Oh, I'm definitely not pretty, guys. Look at this face. I can admit it though. I'm not a girl. Power of the people is what communism fears the most. My favorite gay streamer is HockeyTikTockey. Oh, got him! You got me, raw twink. You got me right in the raw twink spot. Social media challenges that power. Shout out to all the streamer of raw. Yeah. Shout out to the streamer. Raw Dixon. My ass. Raw Twinkie. Gay means happy. Yeah. It actually does. You could look that up, guys. Webster's Dictionary. Look it up. The actual true definition. We'll have a gay old time, guys. That means a happy, good time. Are you gay? Why are you gay? It means -1. People forget that Alexander was gay. And killed a lot. Yes, sir, on Gay Street. Oh, yeah, even that was a saying, too. Gay Street. That would be when a guy gets punched in the head, right? Like during a fight. Like a boxing match. They'd be like, holy, this guy is on Gay Street. Raw Twink is just an insane name. Yeah, exactly. I actually love the unhinged names, though, to be honest, guys. I've already said this before. My humor is very lowbrow when it comes to that type of thing. Like, I actually do truly think it's hilarious when a person has their username as like something just absolutely completely ridiculous. You know what I mean? And it's even like it's embarrassing to just even read their username. Like that's actually pretty funny to me. I think it's hilarious. Brandy Shata. There is way too much homophobia on this sad channel. Okay, well, what do you suggest we do, Brandy Shata? Bro, do you used to play soccer in Sault Ste. Laurent? No, I've never been there. I think you maybe have me confused with somebody else. Hiyo, got any tips for mental health? Ever eat mac and cheese? Honestly, I used to eat a lot more mac and cheese. I haven't had a lot of mac and cheese in a while. I'm afraid of losing family, which I already have from the result of from gays. How did that happen? But yeah, I used to eat a lot more mac and cheese, but not really anymore. Yes, for mental health. Take crack. I don't know about that. I live in a blue state. You could raise awareness for homeless animals. Okay, did you guys know that there's some homeless animals outside? Tricky, just rage baiting. There's a lot of rage baiters, guys, nowadays, eh? I think that's what Brandy is, too. Oh, I missed your message, Superman. Why did you delete it? I was about to read it. There was one guy on my channel before that used to rage bait hardcore. Nope, I was just looking at my mac and cheese on the shelf. There's bots in lives. I believe there is, guys. I think there truly is. I think every time that you go on somebody's live stream, I think at least one or two of the people are bots. And they are there to monitor the situation with their artificial intelligence and promote the algorithm. Yeah, Tricky's definitely a bot for sure. He's not a real person. The dude named Daily Troll was most likely a bot. No, I think I think that guy was real. I'm not gonna lie. I think that guy was real. Lumen 94. I'm a bot and monitoring. See, yeah. See, look, I pulled Lumen 94 out of the hiding. You know what I mean by mentioning it, because once you acknowledge them, something sets off in their AI where they can't deny it. It's like those things where you have to ask like a cop if they're a cop and they're not allowed to lie or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right, guys? Animals are suffering. I already told everybody I'm raising awareness for the homeless animals. Russian troll bots? Yeah. I suffer alone, result from sin. That sounds like something a bot would say. No, I'm just joking. Hockey, please tell me your social security number, ASI, and your mother's maiden name for research purposes. That's a great question, Unc James. I have it all written on the front of my credit card, which I will show to you actually. If you guys just make sure to subscribe, I'm gonna do a video for subscribers only where I'm gonna be showing that. So make sure to subscribe to see that. There's a lot of bots in the comments and lives to create division. I'm a bot. No, you're not joking. I mean, it's definitely possible. Like I said, I'm half joking, but I'm also half serious. Homeless animals are more than statistics. They're living beings who feel fear, hunger, and loneliness, just as we do. Many were once someone's pet, trusting and loved before being abandoned or lost. It's that brainwash, Tricky. That's sad, Brandy. I'm sorry to hear that. It's that brainwash, Tricky, that you wouldn't feel that way if your belief didn't make you feel like a piece of trash. I'm American and I love Canadians to the point where I'd charge 100 men to save one Canadian. That's amazing, actually, Tricky. That's really dedication right there to the cause. I want to stream my runs. How do I get my first 50 subs? I'm at 15. That's 100% a bot. No name brand is real, bro. He's real. I've seen him. He comes on the live. I haven't seen him physically with my eyes, but I believe he's real because I've seen him come on the lives a lot. And doesn't say AI stuff, you know? I think Diego Marathoner is that's a bot for sure though. Because I think the algorithm like reads what I'm saying, like the AI thinks it understands what I'm saying, and then it thinks what would be an engaging question to ask him right here. And then I read his question. I want to stream or whatever. He needs to get to 50 people. But I have to explain it or whatever. Homeless Starbucks baristas were once nice, but now they are basic with their fancy bear cups with Stanley cups. I don't know. I don't really get that one. I was once poly, 100%. I changed it once. Why you take my wife? It my country invaded yours. Oh, if my country invaded yours, I'd vouch for you and tell them that you're cool people. Thank you. I don't think they're actually going to. America's not going to come to Canada, guys. Like, it's one thing that they did it to Venezuela, but they would never, ever dare mess with Canada. Like, that would be so stupid. If they tried to, it would be so stupid. And the reason why I say this, guys, is because Canada would actually have people who back them up, whereas Venezuela does not. You know what I mean? Like, I think if USA decided to come and invade Canada, we would have the United Kingdom, the European Union. Canada has more, like, strong allies that would be like, what the fuck are you doing to the United States? Whereas when they went to Venezuela, there was nobody who backs up Venezuela to the point where they're like, hey, stop that. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty much like everybody's like, no, stop, don't take him. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how they acted. You know what I mean? I speak for the trees. Yes, you're right, ZZ Stronghold. Canada was Osama bin Laden computer. I don't really get that. Canada was Osama bin Laden computer. It's a plan to separate us. Bridger P, I'm not a bot. Canada, military strong, but the people have zero power to do anything about it. Have a good night there, Unc James. Have you ever heard of Joint Task Force 2? I have heard of Joint Task Force 2. I know what it is, but some of the other people in the chat don't know what it is. So I'm going to need you to explain that. It was on his side. It was on his laptop. Who? Osama? Thoughts on saying A? I say A all the time, guys. I don't think it's I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I never had a problem with the guy. What we talking about? I don't know. We've been talking about all kinds of different stuff tonight, guys. We were talking about the bots, the countries. Trump is a pedo. I hate all the suits, and I love and defend my land no matter what. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it too, Dan. I believe that too. I think Trump is a bad person, and I think he did bad things. You know, especially with Epstein or whatever, pedophilic things. But I think the American people, like the people, not America, the politics, the people are good people, you know? And there's a lot of really good families, really good people, really good communities within the country of America. You look like Mark Rober. Who's that? Joint Task Force 2 is Canada's Tier 2 unit comparable to the SEAL Team 6 or Delta Force. Right, yes. It's a poison, a cancer, aka moon. Trump? What about Bill Clinton? Yeah, I think Clinton was also involved. Him and Clinton both went to the Epstein Island for sure. You do look like a lot like Mark Robert, fam. I wish I could look this up, but I don't have a computer or another phone here with me. So I have no idea who that is. And I guess I'll just have to worry or wonder. The potential is wild. Casually standing on top of the 5% face. On a top 5% face. 8.4 out of 10. Only weak points are hair and eyebrows. Who, me? What's wrong with my hair? I got really good hair. How would you do my hair? And I'm already in the top 1%. I'm just joking, guys. Okay. And then my eyebrows. Too short. Okay, I'll grow it out a bit for you. Cucumbers and Italian dressing is pretty good. I'll tell you guys a little story. One time, there was a time when my wife got super into cucumber salad, which is like, it's like she chops up a bunch of cucumbers and then she put it in this little Tupperware container with like, I forget what she would put on it. She'd put like vinegar in there or something like that, shake it all up, And she'd eat it every single day. Eyebrows not dense enough. Use minoxidil. High testosterone in those dense eyebrows. I don't know. Maybe you can't tell, guys, but my eyebrows are pretty dense. Like I don't know. I don't know what you're saying about my non-dense eyebrows. You can pick the corn out of your poo-poo for a delicious, nutritious snack. Sasquatch, are you sure you're in the right chat? What about balding? Can we do something? I don't know, guys. I always hear advertisements for male balding products or whatever, but I don't know if they're real or if they work or not, but I hear advertisements for them all the time. What the hell is up with these chats tonight? Yeah, I know, bro. Like this poo-poo guy is just out of insane or whatever. Just American 1989 born Detroit player wants what's truly best for Canadians. I believe you. 5K. What should I eat? Chinese food or something else? As a language model. What the heck? These AIs deleting messages. I had a Chinese food. It was good. You ever throw your... Yes, Sasquatch. I do, yes. Chinese food is nice. Why not? Oh, Lord, the bot has the worse grammar than me. Imagine the life as a bot, guys. How much better could it get? You no longer need to, like, worry or think or whatever. I speak American. Chinese food makes my stomach upset. It's all those seed oils they use. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys. I don't really eat Chinese food anymore. I haven't had it in a long, long time. And I would say the reason why is mostly to do with health. Like, it's not that healthy of a food, but it's also mostly to do with my wife because she's super healthy. And if she wants unhealthy food, like if she ever wants to like go for something that is like considered a cheap food or like a something like unhealthy, like as a delicacy or whatever, like when you want to indulge in something, she never wants to indulge in Chinese food. So, and because I eat most of my meals with her, I don't end up going for Chinese food very often. What's the most unhealthy food that I eat? Probably like probably poutines. Do you consider tacos as unhealthy food? Not exactly. Like that one's a tricky one because fast food tacos from someplace like Taco Bell, I would consider that fast food and that to be unhealthy because of all the processed, shit ingredients and stuff like that in there. But if you made tacos at home with your own seasoned ground beef and your own like fresh ingredients and stuff, you could make really healthy tacos at home. And in fact, some health nut people make burritos and tacos on purpose. Like they like there's literally, you could look it up right now and find like what's a super healthy burrito meal prep type food. Hey pal, do you think someday we could meet and make a hamburger helper together? Maybe. Look it up, bots. But she does allow you to eat stuff if you want. Yeah, exactly. It's not that she doesn't allow me to. Like there's no control like that. More poop related content. The incels on this chat. Exactly. You know it, Brandy. You know it's not me. I never bring it up. Canada strong, Canada free. Apparently Taco Bell isn't allowed to call their meat beef. Yeah, so anyways, it's not that we've never done it. It's just we've gone out for Chinese food like rarely in the last like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like very rarely compared to other stuff that I consider unhealthy, like for example, poutine. You know what I mean? Poutine is like fried French fries and gravy and cheese and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's something that I'd say we get like 10 times as often as Chinese food. You know what I mean? Canada has good farms for raw meat diet. I mean, probably, yeah. Are you Ross? No, I don't think so. I asked Gemini the Fibonacci sequence starting at 10 cents to screw the roulette wheel, to screw the roulette in the 3 row. Gemini math 540 plus 880 equals 1430. The dragon has two natures, either good in nature or terrible in nature. Where's the best poutine from? Do the math. Fast food wise, A&W. Personally, Chinese food was slash used to always be a family weekend highlight for my family. Yeah, like that's the thing is, I used to eat Chinese food more often when I was younger because my family, like my grandparents and my parents, would sometimes get Chinese food as like a family meal type thing because you could order like a big ass thing, like a big order of a bunch of different takeout meals. Dear Dan, please stop appropriating from other cutters. Thank you. What did Dan say? I'm going to go back and see what he was appropriating. Taco Bell went out of business in my town. Nobody eats the garbage. Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't really see the appropriation. And by cutters, I don't know what she meant. Oh, she meant cultures. Dang it. I've had it with these infights, guys. It's a little ridiculous at this point. When I point out that to Gemini, it said that the brain glitch, tunnel vision error. About the Fibonacci sequence? Are you an American? No, I'm a Canadian. Lots of different stuff. You can like the pick from so many things instead of just setting for one thing. Oh, yeah, like at the Chinese food restaurant? Yeah. Yeah, here's a fun fact about Chinese food, guys. Do you guys know the Chinese food called ginger beef? You guys know ginger beef? Who knows ginger beef in here? You guys know ginger beef? It's like beef. It's like little chunks of fried beef, and it's like covered in like a sweet ginger beef sauce. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm not gonna move on until somebody agrees. Yeah, I'm like somehow intelligent with American accent. Sorry. Beef broccoli grater. It's a cancer. Is it? Can somebody please just acknowledge that they understand what ginger beef is? The Chinese food, ginger beef. Please. Wait, what did you ask? I'm asking if somebody knows ginger beef. Can we please change the topic? This makes me uncomfortable. I know what it's called. Okay, tricky. I blocked your bot ass. Like we have a different name? It's called ginger beef. Anyways, guys, it was invented in my hometown. That's all I wanted to say. Even though it's a Chinese food. You guys know what I'm talking about? Ginger beef? Oh, yeah, ginger beef. I've heard of it and not a fan of ginger, so I wouldn't know. It doesn't taste like ginger at all, though. It tastes sweet. It tastes like... You know what it really tastes like? It tastes like honey garlic. Like very similar to honey garlic. Do you guys know honey garlic wings? Has anyone ever in here ever had honey garlic wings? Google ginger beef, guys. Just Google it. Anyways, it's a Chinese food invented in Calgary. Hawaiian pizza was made in Ontario, Canada by a Greek guy. It's a beef that ate a lot of ginger. I love honey garlic wings. Well, anyways, ginger beef tastes very similar to honey garlic wings. Have I ever considered a nose job? No, never. Not even once. Probably tastes like winter fragrance. It sounds like Canada thing. Are those catsup chips? Yeah, there's ketchup chips in Canada. That's one of our best chip flavors, to be honest. Little Lay's ketchup chips, probably the best flavor by far, actually. Maybe so maybe Americans don't have ginger beef. I don't know. I don't really know. But it's a Chinese food. Y'all really buy milk in a bag? No, that was something that happened in Ontario a long time ago, I think. I don't know if they do that anymore. Ketchup chips from Lay's are the best. China, China, China. But yeah, anyways, that was just a fun fact. Ginger beef was invented in Calgary, not in China. In fact, most of the food that we consider Chinese food, like Chinese takeout food, was actually invented in North America. Like apparently they don't eat that stuff in China at all. You know what I mean? Like actual traditional Chinese food is very different than what we consider Chinese food. In my fridge, there is milk in a bag right now. Oh, maybe they still do it some places. Not in the West, though. They used to do that in Ontario. Yeah, look it up. Where do you think the hamburger was invented? I think that the hamburger was invented in Hamburg, Germany. You know Kamloops Chinese food? They have ginger beef. CA. The animals in the nature is what Canada is about. Yeah, to be honest, Canada is very well known for its nature. Is Canada nice to live in? Yeah, it's actually really nice to live in, especially if you like nature. I love nature, guys. America has some really nice nature spots too, but it's so much more urban. Like it's so much more densely populated that everywhere you go, like most places, I shouldn't say everywhere, but most places around America is there's like always another town. You know what I mean? Like you just keep going along, and it's always another metro. It's always busy. You know what I mean? Mostly. But in Canada, there's so much like untouched land. You know, there's so much nature that's really like actually like very naturey. You know what I mean? You don't realize humanity spreads and burns. It consumes so much snow. Yeah, there's a lot of snow up here though. You gotta watch out for that snow. Canada must remain Canadian. Of course. Well, hopefully it does. And hopefully Donald Trump doesn't come. Istanbul trip when? Um, I don't know. At least we can use our land. Donald loves you. Yeah, more like Ronald McDonald. Don't believe the lies. Donald Duck. Don't. Have you ever visited Europe? Say France or Germany or Austria? No, I have not actually. I'd love to actually. One day I'm going to visit Europe. Hello there. I'm new to your channel and I hate to be rude, but it seems like your face is very bloated. Perhaps you need to drink some more water and cut back on the sodium. Thanks, Trump Daddy. I appreciate that. Constructive criticism. I'll try to drink more water and cut back on the sodium. FDT. As does the vulture follow the cat. I am a bot and I am alive. Are you Saddam Hussein? No. I am Leighton. I am HockeyTikTockey. I am not Saddam Hussein. Did you guys know Barack Obama's middle name was Hussein? That's just a little fun fact that you can use that one if you ever want to impress your friends. His middle name was Hussein, guys. The trees will fall if you don't follow America. Where are you from? Me, I'm from Canada. The trees, the bees, and the bears in the wild. Break my Middle Eastern brother. Oh, Barack. Sorry. I read that wrong. If YouTube lives is filled with bots, I'm out. Well, guess what, bro? I don't think it's filled with bots, but I swear there's a bot in here somewhere. Bill Larry, I was summoned. Guess what? I'm a bot. I'm not real. So see, No Name Brand always claims to be a bot, but he's actually real. It's the ones that claim that they're real that are actually bots. I think Visit Canada is a good or not. I protect the balance. I am from North America. Hey, Hockey, glad to see you got your own channel going. Oh, no problem, Aloha State of Mind. You look a lot less bloated while you were in Peru. Not gay, just saying. I mean, it's definitely possible. I think I've just been drinking too much coffee and like not resting enough right now. The Panthers shit all over the Oilers. Good. I am a wolf that howls like the moon. Tricky is going insane right now. He just keeps saying like insightful things or whatever. I just double tap the screen with my tip of your finger, I'm hoping. 4 numbers about the same as a bot. You're lucky you're not from America. We are living in hell now. I'm living in Turkey. I am protectors of the realisms or the realms of men and the watcher on the wall. If you drink a lot of coffee, you need more water though. Antalya. I like coffee dehydrates. Yeah, it's probably what it is, guys, to be honest. It probably has something to do with the climate in your area. I don't know. Turkey is good with mashed potatoes and gravy. Do I actually look bloated, guys? Like, am I actually... Look at me. It's just the lighting. Like, now you guys got me actually thinking. Am I bloated? I speak for the owl in the night. No, I speak for the balance of the day and the night. I'm checking if I'm bloated. I don't think you look bloated, but drinking a lot of coffee. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of coffee, guys. Not gonna lie. I had a phase where I started to try to cut back a little bit. And then I've been waking up early lately, not getting a good amount of sleep, and it's just kind of crept back in. And so I've been drinking too much coffee, to be straight up, guys. I'll admit it. It's just something that I do as a comfort thing. You know what I mean? Like you drink one in the morning to wake yourself up, but then you want another one later, and then another one later. Like it starts snowballing. It's not super noticeable. You just look way different when you were in Peru for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that was just because I was probably more relaxed and everything. You know what I mean? Like, I was on vacation. Like, I don't know. Coffee is not bad, though. It's not inherently bad, but I think I can tell if I start overdoing it. Because I do start drinking like 3 or 4 larges a day. And a large coffee is like 20 ounces, I think. I think it's 20 or it might be 16. I think it might be 20 ounces, actually. No. Drinking coffee is fine. You just need to drink a cup of water with it. Darkness upon Canada. You just don't know it yet. However, Canada is a country built on diversity, kindness, and resilience. It's a place where people come from all backgrounds, can come together, where communities look out for one another. Coconut water plus electrolytes every morning feels nice. Are you still keeping up with my workouts? Kind of, but not really. Like, what I mean by that is I'm not doing the 75 hard anymore. Do you guys remember when I was doing 75 hard? I'm not doing that anymore specifically, but I'm still keeping up with workouts. Like I still work out a lot and get my steps in, you know. Weak-minded, roll over individual. Coffee is like weed in the morning for me. It just gives me more motivation for the day. Hi, hope you have had a great day. Remember to stay hydrated, everyone. You're welcome, Alex Shaw. You're welcome. I don't know why I said you're welcome. You didn't say thank you. Yeah, Alex Shaw, you're welcome. Islam is set its claws into you. Good advice, Alex. Yeah. Coffee, black and no sugar, is super fine. Just remember, with tea, it dehydrates. Yeah. You're welcome, Alex. But yeah, I understand what your guys is saying. Like I have a coffee I have a coffee I have a thing with coffee. Like I love coffee. It's so good. I drink it all the time. But if I have too much of it, I think it just gets me too it's just too much. Like too much of anything can be bad, you know what I mean? Even though coffee in itself is not that bad for you. But if you drink too much of it, it can be bad for you. Turkey was preaching Jesus, but he's been the most evil person here. Love from across the pond. Nice, another British guy. I always have Britishes and Scotland guys here. We just help many people relax, unwind, and find a sense of calm in a fast-paced world. For some, it encourages creativity, deeper reflection, and simply lighter mood. You were going to suffer first. Don't make me avenge you. Larry sounding like AI. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Bill Larry might be the bot in the chat, guys. We should do a thing where we all vote out the bot. Who's the bot in here? I smell a bot. A clanker. You guys know that one? A clanker? Who knows what I'm talking about? Tricky a clanker for sure, yeah. Clankerton. You, not me, and I block you. Oh, yeah? Who's the clanker in here, guys? Show yourself. Surprise, it's me. Imagine I took off a mask and I looked like the Terminator under here. You know the Terminators from the Terminator movie? You seem pretty nice. I don't agree with your Trump views, but that's okay. Just stay hydrated and you can drink as much coffee as you like. Okay, thanks. I just want to state for the record, though, guys, my Trump views is I'm not even like a straight up Trump hater. Like, I'm not one of those people that just says everything bad about him and fuck him and like all that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even like that. You know, I can see things from both sides. I'm pretty open-minded to like hearing opinions about stuff. I just also can look at things objectively and see, you know, problems or mistakes. You know what I mean? A clanker is something that makes a loud clanking noise or a mistake that's very obvious and awkward. For example, that joke was a real clanker. That sounds like something a real clanker would say, Bill. Bill Larry is definitely a clanks. Hello, Hockey in chat. Hey, JD, you finally showed up. No, Trump saved this hemisphere. Are you using a fisheye lens on your camera, or is your nose just and mouth just massive? No, it's just a massive nose and mouth. Look, I'll prove it. I'll go close to the camera. Back here. This is just how I look. It's why you said you seem nice. You seem like kind of neutral to it. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. Oh, you know what I got to do, guys, real quick? 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. I had to go put my clothes in the drying machine because I'm washing all my work clothes because they're all dirty and muddy and stuff. Okay, I gotta go back. I'm gonna read all the chats that I missed. You need to pick a side. That's not a good way to think, Tricky. Hi, Jama to doing better, JD. Sing around loved one, man. Thanks for asking. Your country depends on it. No, one doesn't have to pick a side. Only a Sith knows extremes. Exactly. Touch. Glad to hear, dude. Hope as well, Dan. I'm the feds. Oh my God. After all that stuff I said about Trump, I'm scared. Facts. Maybe I'm a bit extreme. Release the Clanker files. Yeah, which one of you clankers in here is going to release these files? Where is Bill Larry or whatever? It's only a Sith that deals in absolutes. It's actually kind of true. There's some pretty good quotes from that movie, to be honest, guys. Like, that's one thing about movies like that some people don't understand. Like, they watch a movie like Star Wars and they're like, oh, it's all fantasy, it's just like, sci-fi bullshit or whatever, right? But there's a lot of like parallels to reality that you can look at and be like, oh, like I can kind of understand some of it or whatever. You know what I mean? Same with the Lord of the Rings. I love those movies, guys. And I think a lot of um, the plot or whatever, like the book, like the story or whatever, it's like you can like take some lessons out of it or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm American and I fight for every inch of freedom. How many inches of freedom do you need? 6, 7, 8 inches? How many inches? Okay, but you got the reference. That's what counts. Lord of the Smeagol. I'm sorry, what files are we referring to? The Clanker files, we said. I fight for good pizza. 6, 7. Thank you for that, Isla Crystal. I appreciate that comment. That really helped move the conversation along. Sharia law is where I tend to draw the line. Yeah, so but what I was saying, guys, about the Lord of the Rings stuff, you could use the book or use the plot to like you could use it to like yeah, like as a metaphor for a bunch of stuff that happens in real life. I love the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, thanks, JD. You haven't been around a little bit. That's why I was just joking before. I wasn't actually mad when I said, "Hey, you just showed up." But because usually you'd come on my live right away, but you hadn't been around, and my live streams have been building. Like I'm getting up there, you know. I'm sorry if something I said came across as wrong, way or caused frustration. That wasn't my intention. I appreciate your patience, and I'm here to help. However, you'd like to move forward. Suspicious, Billy Larry. I am Team Aragorn. Yeah, so see, you could look at the guy like Aragon as like he's like a metaphor, for he's like the character Aragorn is like a metaphor for like people, like you know, the working class people, because he becomes the king at the end of the movie, right? Like he becomes the king of men, but for a long time he was a working class man. Like he didn't act like a prince or whatever, right? He was like fighting on the front lines and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then one day he becomes king. You know, so that could be a metaphor. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just had a slight cold for some days, but I'm better. I'm glad you asked, Hockey. Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, no problem, JD. I was just joking around, but I'm glad to hear you're doing better. Gimli, Legolas. The rest was just assets. True friendship there. Yeah, my favorite guy is probably Sam. You know, he was the true hero or whatever. He carried Frodo when he couldn't even like walk anymore or whatever. Yeah, it was a true fellowship. It wasn't even a friendship. It was a fellowship.
Nobody's home.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh, you fixed his bike?
Yeah, I put his little training wheels back on. Yeah, and I found out the treadmill's broken.
It's not broken. I fixed it.
How do I turn it on?
Listen.
Oh, there is an on-off button.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
No, I fixed the battery fell out, but I quickly fixed that.
Guys, the treadmill's fixed.
Is it on-off switch, silly guy?
I looked all over, I couldn't find it.
Silly.
I knew there was an on-off switch.
What?
Yeah.
I missed you.
I
Nobody's
missed you
home.
too. Really? Well, the chat's home.
Chat's home.
Chat's home. Where's
No,
everybody?
we're home alone.
Should we on the chat?
What? I don't know where they went.
Dill Pickles. Are you done your live stream?
I can end it. Stop. This seems so bad.
No, because we never get to hang out.
Yeah, end it. I'm ending mine.
Okay. Okay, listen up, you clankers. I'm going to give you guys one more view of my nephew's bike. How much do I like Wayne Gretzky? I mean, he's all right. Obviously, he's the best player. Like, you can't deny him. But I don't like him because he played for Edmonton. And F the Oilers, right? But yeah, I'm ending the live, guys. One sec. I forgot to turn off the light in the garage. I'm going to end the live now. And I'll look up Mark Robber before so I can check to see my next doppelganger. Dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff, guys. Like the lives, blah blah blah. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the likes and stuff. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Bye, everybody. Say bye to Zarzar.
Bye.
And hope you all have a good day. Later.